The future of farming is being imagined, engineered, and implemented inside a series of greenhouses in the Villages, Florida. The Villages Grown is an indoor hydroponic farm with cutting-edge technology and proprietary methodology in what's known as controlled environment agriculture. State-of-the-art technology constantly monitors and adjusts the environment through the use of shade screens, wet walls, heat extraction fans, and more.
One of the things that's unique inside of a greenhouse is our ability to manipulate the environment to exactly what the crops need. So from nutrients to temperature, humidity, air, all of it, we have the opportunity that crops that want something different, we can do that.
The Villages Grown uses NFT or nutrient film technique to grow crops in a soilless medium.
So basically what we're doing is we're flowing a very small stream of water that's nutrient rich across the roots of the plant and giving it everything it needs so it doesn't have to put a lot of energy into its root system.
So we're not talking about lots of water. We're talking about that much water passing down each one of these channels at any given time. This water then actually recirculates through this entire table into a tank beneath here and then back up through, constantly rechecking and balancing its nutrients so we're always delivering to these crops exactly what they need at any given time.
Since farmers are paid for the weight of their crops and not the nutrient value, U.S. crop yields have more than tripled since the 1950s through the use of genetically modified organisms, petrochemical fertilizers, herbicides, and fungicides. As a result, most produce grown today has far fewer vitamins and minerals and significantly less nutritional value than it did decades ago.
I'm a registered nurse, and I came to the Villages Grown because of what we're doing here and the difference that it can make in somebody's life.
I've come from a background of opera singing to patient caregiving, and I've worked at other farms, but I found home here. This is a very unique way of growing wholesome and delicious pure food for a community that I'm very passionate about, coming from my caregiving background.
Major distribution inefficiencies also contribute to nutrient decline. Supposed fresh produce has traveled on average 1,500 miles to get to our plate. Getting it to consumers can take weeks, resulting in the loss of up to 80% of its nutrients, much of its flavor, and a dramatic reduction in its shelf life.
In order to provide the healthiest, most nutrient-dense item to the consumer, it's important to us to be able to harvest and have that product to the consumer's plate within 24 to 48 hours.
It's just a farm, and we're just doing our best to grow locally cleaned, fresh produce that can be on at your doorstep the next day, here locally, without having to ship it across the world or across the country.
Microgreens, the phase in a plant's life cycle after a sprout, are a featured crop. They're nutrient-dense and rich in a naturally occurring phytochemical that's a proven and powerful cancer fighter.
A bowl of broccoli microgreens are 40 bowls of cooked microwaved broccoli, right? So it changes the way that we consume food. It changes the way we think about food when we know that we can have such a selection so local to us. So local healthy eating.
The Villages Grown produce is grown in an environmentally friendly way. It's nutrient-dense and it's delivered farm to table in hours. But how does it taste?
Once they try the product that we produce, it speaks for itself because of the taste and the quality that they see when they try. The lettuce that the team and I grow here stands for itself, and they know then why we have this here.
The first time I remember when we tried the tomatoes, I say, wow, that is really different, and feel everything, not only in the tomatoes. I feel the taste in the lettuce and the herbs. You can feel the difference just when you try.
The Villages is filled with residents living their best lives. The community is well known for not just responding to the changing needs and desires of its residents, but for actively anticipating them, providing high-quality food to fuel active lifestyles and support overall health and well-being aligns perfectly with the vision that has resulted in the Villages becoming the largest active adult community in the world.
The culture across the entire Villages is one of responsibility and stewardship. So this team has embraced that. When you hire the right people and you give them the work and then you get out of their way, they'll produce very amazing things.
While the vision is hyperlocal for now, the Villages Grown is creating a community-based model for sustainable wellness that's a blueprint for the local food system of the future.
By the time we finish this build out, we'll be producing over 100,000 heads of lettuce a week, over 8,000 pounds of herbs a week, over 8,000 pounds of microgreens a week, 2,000 some pounds of tomatoes each week. Every single week, I've joked with my team, the 10-year vision being that if it doesn't fly, walk, or swim, it's going to come from us.
The Villages Grown produce is available through its own retail operation, along with that of the Villages Grown Local Farm and Artisan Network, a partnership designed to support local farmers and artisans. In addition, the Villages Grown produce is available in a growing list of retail partners throughout the state, at local farm-to-table restaurant partners, and is distributed to local universities, hospitals, and assisted living facilities. Their mission is bold and important, if not unprecedented, and it has attracted a team of passionate professionals.
And one of the things that I think that you'll see in common is that we all care about people, right? We care about people, we care about the environment, and so what better place to be?
We love each other here and we care about each other here, and when we show that for each other, it shows into what we grow, and it also extends to the community that we're growing it for.
It's an amazing job. I'm very blessed to be here.
Long known as America's friendliest hometown, the Villages is committed to becoming America's healthiest hometown, and the ability to grow fresh, flavorful, non-GMO, herbicide and pesticide-free produce at scale and get it from farm to table in 24 to 48 hours is an unprecedented step in that direction. The Villages Grown is the future of food.